Hey everyone, this is 3 o'clock in the morning, Samir, coming at you live from this location, and I'm here to spill my guts. You know the drill. With this being the most vulnerable I've ever been on camera, I think it's very understanding and it's quite valid for me to express that I'm really nervous. I'm very nervous because I am showing myself for who I really am, and I am open to scrutiny and the unsolicited opinions of others. That's fucking terrifying, dude. And half of you don't even know what my addiction is. That's okay. With no further delay, I am here to talk to you about my addiction to people pleasing. More specifically speaking, my addiction to the appeasement of women and the attention that they give me as a result. Now, if you'll allow me, I'm going to take you through this one sip at a time. I'll even hold your hand. This is very raw and this is very vulnerable for me to express. As I've stated previously, I have my script here to my left, your right. I'm very fucking nervous, dude. So I'm gonna use this script and allow it to guide me, to kind of ease my nerves and get my message across. So, for the most part, my intentions are good natured. However, I've noticed that with repeated exposure, this habit that has turned into addiction has developed into a very imbalanced and coercive tactic for my own personal gain that has brought me nothing but a feeling of emptiness and suffering. Now, to touch on a few points based on my little thesis that I wrote, growing up, I was blessed enough to have the fortune of being cared for by 3 women at once in one lifetime. That's incomprehensible. I was cared for by my mother, my grandmother, and my great grandmother. This was a huge blessing in disguise. I'm starting to realize now in this chapter in my life. Now, given that my biological father was absent for my birth and for the entirety of my upbringing, I can confidently say that I modeled the behaviors and the ethics and morals that the 3 lovely women in my life instilled onto me. Being showered with this love, that's all I knew. Love is all I know. It's coming from I touched the microphone, it's coming from a very sincere place, as I've stated. Now, due to this lack of a father figure, love was the currency that I used in order to gain a sense of belonging. I can't blame my parents. They did the best with what they could, and I deeply appreciate them, and I would like to say this right now. And I believe that as a result of learning from 3 separate women, 3 separate generations, it's given me such a heightened sense of awareness, discernment, and experience that most men, I'd argue, aren't really capable of experiencing unless they decide to go through that sense of understanding within themselves. I am much more sensible, emotionally speaking. I am much more empathetic. I have the capacity to care. You're starting to see a theme here, right? There's so many benefits that I have gained as a result of being brought up by 3 separate women at once. Now, what I have learned is that given that one single young man in this sort of household can be very needy, this sort of love in an overabundant dosage can also be very unhealthy. So, I'd like to say that, yeah, these habits ended up bleeding into my school life, and my friendships, previous relationships, I would notice that, okay, as a young child, I see someone of the opposite sex. Cool. I would like to gain their sense of trust and a feeling of belonging, because this was the currency that I used to feel wanted. So any relationship that I would interact with or exchange was predicated on the feeling of wanting to belong. Now, this is huge. The fact that I can speak about this so candidly and so objectively, I would say, because I've been working for so many years on transforming myself into the man I want to become. I believe that with this video, it's going to give me a huge sense of insight, and it'll allow me to be liberated. In sharing this with you, my intention is not to be absolved of my mistakes, but more so to find a sense of resolve. Now, I think it's important for me to say that with this opportunity that I have now and with this platform that I'm using, for all the mistakes that I've made and all the people that I have hurt as a result, I would really like to say that I'm really sorry. And I want you to know that in the time that I have hurt you, I did not know any better. And knowing what I know now, I would like to ask for forgiveness. I'm smiling, and it's a very crass smile, and that's because I never thought that I'd be making a YouTube apology with like only like 70 subscribers. But I'm here. My name is Samir, and this is what I'm doing. I want to open myself up to you with the intention of finding and seeking true human connection. This is what I'm doing. This is why I am recording this video right now. Moving on to my next point. I want to say the biggest catalyst that that prompted me to write this video, formulate the scripts, get my bullet points, organize my thoughts, do the inner work, and organize it in a video for you is this event. So I've been flying for about 6 days straight now, which is abysmal, but it's what I signed up for, and that's okay. At the time of recording, the weather hasn't been so great on the East Coast. New York City and Washington, D.C. have been hit with a lot of bad weather. But that's the name of the game, baby. That's showbiz. That's all right. So I had this interaction. I was on a flight going to Washington, D.C. Given that I've worked 6 days straight, I am unable to, contractually speaking, work 7 days straight without 24 hours of uninterrupted rest. So I was going to Washington, D.C. to get my rest because that was what was scheduled for me. That's how it transpired. I meet this girl, and fellas, you know where this is going. Like, you got the song starts playing, that image, that was me. I have a really strong attraction to her. I find her absolutely alluring, and I wanted to get to know her better. So what do? I start talking to her, and I say, "Hey, do you live in the area? Because I'm here for a day, and I don't know what to do. Is there anything fun to do?" So she gets all excited, and she gets this sort of passionate intensity. Oh, there's so much to do in DC. You can go here, and there are these cities. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Something I'm learning is that the female energy is such a powerful drug. It is so potent. It is so attractive. It's like honey, man. It is just like honey. in its texture, in its flavor. It is the most intoxicating thing anyone can ever consume. Now, this feeling that I felt, which some of you might think is lust, you'd be right, but it was also attraction and a sense of anxious attachment, I believe, was something that prompted me to say, what's something fun to do? She said, hey, I work at this specific place in this specific city. I'm going to keep this vague for the sake of privacy and transparency. You go here and you make this painting step by step, and you can also drink. It's like a paint bar. Cool, whatever. She offers me the invite. Sick. So I go, I see her, she's surprised that I'm there. And yeah, we have an interaction. Now, given the mistakes that I've made in the past and the expectations that I've set up for myself, I repeat to myself just before going there in the shower, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't jump to conclusions. Stop imagining 17 different lifetimes with her in 1 minute. Don't do that. It's not healthy. It's not sustainable. It's not realistic. So I do that anyways. I get there. My only expectation that I really set up for myself is I would just want to see where this goes. And that's exactly what I did. I go, I make a painting, I talk to her, we interact, I leave. And you know what I got out of that interaction? I got this goddamn canvas, baby. That's exactly what I got. I think it did a good job, man. But that's neither here nor there. Nothing ended up transpiring from this interaction, and that's okay. Why? Because I learned a very valuable lesson. My fear to speak up about this speaks on the fact that I am learning as I go, which I am, as we all are. And I really hope that my openness can foster a sense of self-awareness within you, the viewer. That's the whole point that I'm making this video. So I gained a massive sense of living wisdom. I went in with an expectation. You could argue I went in with an ulterior motive. I wanted to take her out on a date, get to know her. Sure, it didn't end up transpiring that way, and that's fine. That's okay, because I was given a lesson from life that I really should have just gone with the flow, man. I was present, sure, but I was more so fixated on the idea of a completely fabricated interaction that was formulated in my head with a script that I had. Like, it's so silly to say this out loud, man, but I'm really glad that I can humble myself and find a sense of humility and even levity now that I say this out loud, because it's a learning experience, man. We're all here to just learn and grow and adapt from our mistakes. I've been reading this book called Dopamine Nation: Finding Balance in the Age of Indulgence. As I discussed, with the female gaze and the female allure being so intoxicating, I wanted to read this section in regards to my transparency. Dr. Anna Lembke writes, recounting on our experiences gives us mastery over them, whether in the context of psychotherapy, talking to an AA sponsor, confessing to a priest, confiding in a friend, or writing in a journal. Our honest disclosure brings our behavior into relief, allowing us in some cases to see it for the first time. This is especially true for behaviors that involve a level of automaticity outside of our conscious awareness. That's the main reason why I wanted to upload this video. I think it's so important for us to find a sense of relief. There's so much shit going on in the world. These are such strange times. So if I am able to do anything that is organic and transparent and even vulnerable, maybe just a little bit human, That's what I intend on doing, man. I got one more quote for you. You ready for this? Check it. A truthful autobiographical narrative further allows us to be more authentic, spontaneous, and free in the moment. The psychoanalyst Dr. Donald Winnicott introduced the concept of the false self in the 1960s. According to him, the false self is a self-constructed persona in defense against intolerable external demands and stressors. So this is somebody that we appear to be as a result of exterior circumstances that happen to us. He claims that the creation of the false self can lead to feelings of profound emptiness. There's no there. Now, social media has contributed to the problem of the false self by making it far easier for us and even encouraging us to curate narratives of our lives that are far from reality. This is the truth, man. This is the truth. And with that said, I want to reiterate my point and my main goal with this channel. I want to be as authentic as I can, and I want to express this to you. I've been learning so much on this journey of life, and I really believe that in some way, shape, or form, my ability to speak to you has allowed some sort of connectivity, whether it be interpersonal, parasocial, with you being on the internet and me being there. Cool, awesome. This is all to say that, yeah, I really enjoy who I'm becoming because I'm letting go of these insecurities and these secrets that weigh me down. What I can say is that the truth will set you free. And in that chapter that I'm reading, chapter 8 of that book, the title of that chapter is called Radical Honesty. I feel like the start of my YouTube channel was such a... I'm working through this. I'm working through this in real time, so this is interesting. This was a very over-sensationalized, hyper-imaginative fixation that I had, where I wanted to be like a travel vlogger and do this and do that. It's in my first video. I don't know if I made it private or if I unlisted it, but in the event that I did, I'll put that back up there because that's a part of me. I can't deny that. I can't deny my hopes and my dreams and my desires. It's who I am. And I need to make sure that I accept that part of myself, every single aspect of myself in my entirety, because I'm a multifaceted being just as you are. We have so many different wants, needs, desires, hopes, dreams. It is important for us to accept ourselves for who we really are. Yes, this is something that I'm working through. And yes, I know that it has affected so many people, which I do apologize for once again, in the event that you happen to be watching this and you are one of these people I'm referring to. I believe it's important for me to come clean in saying that I'm not a perfect person, and saying that I am doing my best to change my behaviors, change my habits, and become a better person and spread a lot of love. There are so many things that I want to do with this channel, and I want to make sure that I come from a place of love and optimism and hope. I sound like a politician, but I mean this, dude. This is what I mean. This is my intention. I hope that this resonates with you. I've been recording for 24 minutes. Wow, dude. This kid can yap. I am grateful for you watching. Excuse me. I'm going to upload this and I'm not going to turn back. Thank you. Thank you so much for sticking around. Why? Because you really mean a lot to me. Take care. I'll see you on the other side.